Hello guys, welcome to another video or to another lab. We have a task here. Without further delay, we have a task here. User 1, the task says user 1 must be restricted from pinging to R1. So this user 1 is restricted to ping it to R1, any IP address of R1. But the task says again, but the management PC must be allowed to ping to router 1. So if you want to restrict the R2 and R3, same rules apply. The rule that we apply in here, the ACL we apply in here on R1 will apply on R2 and R3. So without further delay, let us go. Let us get going. Okay, so this will be an extended access list. So access list, for example, let me say 125 permit at this time permit Ccnp host, because we are we have to deny Ccnp host, because we are denying this host from pinging to R1. So as you can see, if I say access list, the extended access list is started from 1 to 199. So I'm just picking the number that I want. So you say access list 125, that makes it extended access list, and then we say deny, and then the protocol we are going to deny. Then we specify the host, and the host IP address, which is user 1. So let me say user 1 ibcon. So user 1 has 172.16.1.10. so 172.16.1.10. That's what it is, right? 1.10, yep. And then we restrict it from, because this is the one we are restricting, this is the source that we are restricting, then we are restricting from the host with the IP address. For example, on this router we can apply 111. No, we can apply, because we won't apply on this interface, we can apply we can apply on 192.168.2 alif, and this one is 1. This this interface is 1. It has a 1. If you say show IP, if you say show IP interface brief, so gigabyte 0/0, which is this one, gigabyte 0/0, it has 1. You got it? So this is what it is. So then we're gonna see all. Then what we are going to do, we just say in, and then we just say like a press enter. I was just checking the options that we have. We have many options here, and then we have say access list 125 again. We have to permit IP any, because if we say deny, there is another implicit deny, so all the traffic might be denied. So enter. So interface, where are we going to apply? We are going to impound on this interface. So interface gigabyte 0/0 IP access group 125, then impound. So now, before it was pinging, but now, before it was pinging, as you can see, it was pinging any IP address of router 1 was pinging, but now Let us try if it can ping. You see, now it's unreachable, which means it cannot ping. If you go to 111, it also cannot ping. No, 111 it can ping. The reason why we restricted only Ccnp on this IP address. So we said access list deny Ccnp only from this host to this IP address. So any other IP address we have in here, it should ping. Sorry if I said something else. So now let me go. It should ping 11, it should ping 111, it should ping 10, it should ping the server, but it should not ping this interface because we only restricted on this interface. So let me verify that it should ping. It should ping 111 10 11.11.11. No, sorry, 11.11.1. That's what it was. Yeah, .1. If we want to restrict this IP address, all of the IP address connected to R1, then we can do so by using number of access list. For example, now we said this we denied on the IP the interface. We only denied this interface, but now we can say deny 111. And then we can say deny 10. Was that one or do you show IP interface brief? The loopback that we have, yeah, 10.1. And then we can say 11.11. Just we are denying by hosting now. So if you say should do show run access list, then we have deny statement, and we have another deny statement. So in this one, yeah, now we take it off because we want to deny everything. So we have 3 denies now, and then we are going to permit IB any. So now we are on a correct path. Yeah, now EHRB everything come up. Before, if we don't say like permit IB anything it would. So now this guy user 1 cannot reach any router that is part of R1. You see, now 11 cannot reach, and 10 cannot reach, and 192.168, the 2 that one cannot reach. Oh, we didn't apply that one. Okay. Yeah, I didn't apply that one as well. Okay, yeah. Now I say 192.168.12.1. Okay, so now, because I'll show you one good trick in here. Even though we denied from this interface, this is the interface, and user want to ping on this interface, and with this interface which is loopback, and the interface which is loopback, and the interface which is loopback, 3 loopbacks and this genuine interface, it cannot ping 1.1 and 11. And 10. The reason why, because you see, it cannot ping 10 because the destination is unreachable. It cannot ping 11. This is the user one that we are in here. It cannot ping and 111. But why is it pinging this one? And we still have deny statement in here. Sorry, in here we have a deny statement here. The reason why is that the access list reads from top to down, from the specific to all the way to down, from the top to down. Yeah, so match, okay, then match, yeah, sorry, deny this statement, okay, it goes down, then deny this statement, and then deny this statement, and then he has a match which is permit IB any, and as soon as it reaches here, it stops looking. That's why anything that you put it here will not be effective. Will not be effective. So what we have to do now, we need to cancel this access list. We need to cancel this access list, and then we have to apply all these 3 again, and this one. So now, if we say show, now EIGRB expired as well. So now we all have deny. You see. So if you say now EIGRB is down and nothing is working, but we do have to say, just to allow, because we only restricting Ccnp from this host to reach any IP address of R1, so everything else will not be working if we don't see access permit IB any. So now permit IB any, we said EIGRB will come back up. Now yes, it come back up. Now it will not be able to ping, because now we said deny, then it match, and then he said deny. Okay, he said access list. He said okay, match. This statement is denied, this statement is denied, this statement is denied, this statement is denied. So if we left all these 4 denies, then the EIGRB would not work. So it needs to be allowed, as I did on the previous lab. But I said permit IB any, and that means like I want to any traffic from this host other than any traffic from this any other traffic other than the Ccnp that is restricted from this host will be permitted. For example, this now I do believe it will go to a web server, even though we did not. Let me even restrict it, a web server. If I just take this, yeah, okay. So yeah, any traffic other than Ccnp must be allowed. That's what the IB stands for. IB Internet Protocol. Everything comes under IB. Okay, so do show run interface gig with 0/0. It has IP and access list applied in. So now let us try. So this guy cannot ping. Okay, so this guy now is restricted from R1, from pinging to R1. Okay, what about management PC? Management PC must be allowed. It must have access to ping. So now it can ping. It can ping the server. It can ping the IP address of the router, of the router 1, and it can ping the loopback of router 1. And this accomplishes our scenario, which was this. So router 1, user 1 must be restricted from pinging on router 1 to router 1, but the management PC must be allowed. I hope you enjoyed in this video. See you on next video. Thanks, friends.